The sun beat down on the dusty streets of Nairobi, its golden rays slicing through the jacaranda trees that lined the city's quieter avenues. Beneath one of the trees sat an old woman, her tattered shawl wrapped tightly around her frail body. Her eyes, though dimmed by age and hardship, still held a glimmer of something untouchable: dignity. Most people passed her by. Some turned their heads. A few tossed her coins without a word, but no one really saw her. Nali was only 23, a university graduate with dreams as tall as the Ngong Hills. She had just secured a job at a law firm and was rushing through Kenyatta Avenue in her neatly pressed blazer and high heels. Her handbag swayed with every step, and so did her confidence. But just as she reached the corner to catch a matatu home, her eyes caught the woman under the jacaranda tree. There was something about her, maybe the way she clutched an old photograph in her hand, maybe the tremble in her fingers as she whispered words to herself. Nali slowed down, and then she stopped. "Shosho, are you okay?" she asked gently. The woman looked up, startled. Her lips trembled before she spoke. "Child, do you have water?" Nali reached into her bag and handed her a bottle. As the woman drank, Nali sat beside her on the pavement. The city bustled around them, but in that moment, all Nali could hear was the woman's raspy breath and the rustle of jacaranda leaves above. "What's your name, Shosho?" The woman wiped her mouth with a shaking hand. "My name was Regina, long ago." "Were you born here in Nairobi?" Regina nodded slowly. "I was once a teacher, a mother, a wife, but then, life?" Her voice trailed off. Nali listened in stunned silence as Regina told her story. Regina had once lived in a bungalow in Buruburu with her husband and two sons. Her home was filled with laughter, chapati sizzling on the pan, and the scent of freshly brewed tea. But that life was torn apart when a road accident took her husband. A land dispute forced her out of her home. Her sons, both jobless and desperate, disappeared one after the other. No phone calls, no letters. She searched, she waited, she begged. Eventually, she ended up on the streets. Nali's eyes welled with tears. "You can't stay out here, Shosho. It's not safe." "What choice do I have?" Regina murmured. "People forget the old. They forget the poor." Nali hesitated. Her salary was barely enough to support herself. But as she looked at Regina, skin wrinkled by the sun, pride chipped by the years, something in her shifted. She stood up. "Come with me." That night, Nali brought Regina home to her small bedsitter in Umoja. It was cramped, yes, and she had to sleep on the floor, giving her bed to Regina. But there was warmth. There was ugali and sukuma. There was dignity. The next day, Nali used social media to tell Regina's story. It went viral. Strangers began sending donations. Old students of Regina recognized her and came forward with help and memories. "She taught me English in class 6. She gave me my first book." Soon, an NGO offered Regina a place in a women's shelter. A television station aired her story, and then, miracle of miracles, one of her sons saw the broadcast from Mombasa. He came running. He wept at her feet. "I thought you were dead, Mama. I searched. I searched." Mother and son embraced, both trembling like jacaranda petals in the wind. Months passed. Regina moved into a modest home in Ruaka with her son. Nali remained in touch, visiting her often, always bringing a bag of fruits or a warm shawl. Regina insisted on teaching neighborhood children under a mango tree, her voice now firm and proud. One afternoon, Nali returned from work to find a letter slipped under her door. It was from Regina. The handwriting was shaky, but the words were strong. "You gave me back my name. You saw me when I was invisible. For that, child, you have a mother in me, and may the ancestors always walk beside you."